All right, looks like we're underway in the women's lightweight varsity 4. We've just got 2 entries in this event. On the right-hand side of your screen in lane 3 is MIT, and on the left-hand side of your screen is Tampa. They are competing for, and I hope I can get this right, the Robert Espeth. I'm not even going to try. But it is the Espethus Trophy. There it goes.
I think you got it.
Yeah. Too many TH and S sounds in there for my liking, but I'm trying my best here. But as we can see, MIT starting to pull away early on through the first 500, just starting to open up water here on that Tampa boat.
Yeah, MIT has a very strong lightweight program historically, and this year they've had a great turnaround. Only 7 athletes made it to the end of the season last year, so they've built their program up enormously just this year. They were the 2025 IR lightweight silver medalists and the lightweight double bronze. So very strong showing at IRAs historically, again for the lightweight women, and we are expecting to see a lot from them again. And here we are again, still in the lead, chased by Tampa by about a boat length open water. So we still have some time to go. Tampa, again, also another strong program. And I expect to see quite a bit from them in about the third 500, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm a betting woman, we'll see a little bit more from them in the third 500. So we'll keep an eye on this race as it starts to shape up a little bit here. But right now, your current leaders are coming from lane 3, MIT.
Yeah, the engineers won the time trial yesterday by a margin of about 26 seconds over the Tampa boat. So not a huge surprise here to see this lead building. Through the second 500, you'll see the 750-meter mark right there on the bank, south bank of this Cooper River Park. Into the second 500 as we take a look at our medal dock and see our men's Varsity 8 champions from Drexel hopping out to receive their gold medals and the O'Brien Hanna Trophy. Some celebrations there in that boat, embracing with their teammates. Again, a sigh of relief for the Drexel program, who had won the event for a few years running before Temple came and played spoiler. So, you know, some jubilation beating that Owls boat, who again had the fastest time in the time trial. So big win there for Drexel. And again, things are looking good for Drexel for this points trophy competition as well, as they continue to stack up wins.
Yeah, that's right. And as we swoop back to our women's lightweight varsity 4 final, it is still MIT in the lead over Tampa. And Tampa made a little bit of a steering correction there. Their coxswain Olivia Ice doing a great job getting right back in the center of that lane. And this is actually a little bit of a tricky part of the day, too. There's just a little bit of ripple on the water. Again, not too bad, but we get a little ripple and a little glare. And sometimes when you're down there in the cockpit of a bow loader 4, those buoys can kind of get lost sometimes in the ripple and the glare if you look at them just right. So it is a little bit easier for us to see from a top, from the top view with the drones or from the sideline. But when you're actually down at the horizon level, sometimes it can be a little bit tricky with these coxswains. So we have a little bit of that going on right now. I don't know if that's what's affecting her or not. These are varsity crews. She's doing a great job keeping her crew in it. And actually, it looks to me like they're closing water a little bit on MIT. So I'm going to keep an eye on this. Not sure if we have enough real estate, again, for them to make this move. Stranger things have happened, but MIT really showing us how it's done and dominating this race from lane 3.
Yeah, and looks like MIT rowing, you know, their race plan. They're not going to try and do too much here. Just go out, put down a good piece here. They know they have the speed necessary. It does seem like you're right. Tampa's starting to raise things up in that third 500, but MIT has done a ton of work over the first half of this race, and even through this third 500, looking strong as well, as we focus in with our drone following along this engineer's crew.
Yeah, this really bodes well for the MIT lightweight women, too. As we've said before, they had 7 athletes last year and basically rebuilt their program and have a fantastic coaching staff, very, very experienced coaching staff. So I know that they will definitely put them to the task here and keep the legacy alive here of the lightweight women doing a fantastic job coming into the last 500 here. So still showing us how it's done. Again, a lot of these athletes could be newer athletes. We don't know exactly how long these athletes have been out here on the water for MIT, but could be very new since they rebuilt their program up from those 7 athletes. But right now below 2, just as a little peek looking at the Drexel Dragons lifting their trophy up in the air. So again, congratulations to Drexel.
Yeah, into the final 500 now for both of our lightweight women's fours, MIT and Tampa, putting the finishing touches on this one. And again, MIT just needs to row mistake-free here in order to claim the gold. But as you said, stranger things have happened.
They certainly have. We saw a lot of drama yesterday. And even as we're looking across the water now, starting to see a little bit of wind, just a little bit of a breeze picking up. Not sure how the lightweights feel about that. Lightweights have a lot of preference on wind. It's a little bit of a polarizing topic here with lightweights and heavyweights and what direction helps who and stuff like that. But it's really about just adapting. None of these crews are any stranger to wind, certainly in Florida and certainly on the Charles in the Boston area, where MIT resides, right on the head of the Charles course. So all these crews just tapping down a little bit more, getting a little bit sharper. Like we said, lightweights are very technical rowers, and that's what we're seeing here in this MIT crew, doing a great job getting their blades in on the front end and really just showing us how it's done in the last few meters.
Yeah, Megan and I kind of touched on this yesterday, but when that tailwind, as it appears to be again today, starts to kick up, you know, really technical rowers will kind of shorten up that slide, maybe row a 3/4 or, you know, even closer to like 5/6 even stroke, but just trying to get that blade in early, like you mentioned, maybe not get the full length of the rowing stroke, just to kind of counteract the effects of that tailwind and keep, you know, picking the boat up because you don't need to get as long as the wind is already helping you out. And MIT crosses the line and takes home the gold in the women's lightweight 4. And Tampa should not be too far behind. And there is the boat from Tampa.